Her Majesty invites into her court Caius Pontianus to answer the question put to him this morning.
With his lute. This man, a shadow on the sacred earth of the Pensic field, as menacing as the talons of an eagle, tiger, champion. This man, Doctore La Familia Gladiatoria. This man, Caius, has come to answer the question before the tiger throne.
You heard counsel today. What is your answer?
Yes, my advisor, my liege, I wish to set the palter for the master.
Please. Is there a companion of the Order of the Laurel that would speak for this candidate?
I'm Ruta Fellhammer of the West. I'm a Laurel, and I've known Caius for many, many years. When I think about Caius as a peer, I can't help but imagine that it's been a long time that it needed to be coming, and how grateful I am that it's happened. I also think about all the many talents that come with Caius. He is a fierce fighter, and part of what makes him a fierce fighter is also what makes him a great artist. He gives complete and absolute focus to whatever he's decided is the most important. And when he fights, there's a kind of lightness about him as he moves. And when he makes art, there's a sense of steadiness and barely withheld joy. It's because of the art that I've been asked to speak. And also because I too am a peer, and it's a pleasure to get to say such nice things about somebody that I feel so strongly about. And when I speak of art, the first thing that comes to mind that we all benefit from is the temple on the lake at Penzance. That's why we get to call him Temple Builder. There are many stories about the temple, and when you come to visit, on the frieze all around the top are all of our favorite stories about all the things that have happened in that temple since he was so gracious is to design it and then surely and slowly get all of us, as unskilled as some of us are, and as skilled as all of his good friends and his brother are, to wreck this amazing thing that has become a landmark for everyone. It's the center of our home, and it's the heart of who we are, and it's changed all of us. It's become a place where people have been married, and it's become a place where people gather to celebrate the lake and to celebrate their time at Penzance. People have been knighted, people have been engaged, and that was just one of the mighty and many gifts that we've had because of him. I think that the most important thing I've learned, and that I would say is most important once you become a peer, is that it's easy to be distracted by all the many things you may be asked to do, but to be able to give service selflessly and with joy is the hardest thing, because you can start to feel like there's just too many pies to stick your finger in that you might be responsible for. But I know that every time he goes out and fights or represents us as a whole or makes a piece of art, that I can count on him being the best possible example of a peer. Thank you.
Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican that would speak for this candidate?
I am Countess Marguerite of the East Kingdom, and Uta stole my words. We have spoken of he built the temple at La Familia, not to have an amazing encampment, although by all of the gods it is an amazing encampment, but as an offering of home to people of like mind. He and his household also host the memorial ship tradition in Penzance, where they take the ship when it has burned to its keel in Cooper's Lake and reverently lay its timbers in their hearth fire for the final burn. Drumming is a form of art, but Caius turns it into an act of service. He does not just play the drums. He offers the drums to the gods, to the earth, to the sky. His is the heartbeat in battle. His is the heartbeat of his community. His is the heart that beats of service. Your Majesty, he is most certainly my peer.
Is there a member of the Rose that would speak for this candidate?
I am Viscountess Saba, Morocco's daughter. I am not a lady of the Rose. I am a lady of the Snows. And I will speak to the courtesy of this man. Caius, I wrote an amazing speech. It is not here. So, the words that I will say to you will come from my heart. Your courtesy that you demonstrate to your family, crown, to the Coptics, is one to be admired. When you look at the definition of courtesy, it says someone who's polite, someone whose behavior is to be admired. And I think that your name should be added to that definition. When you become a peer, what you do carries weight. What you say and how you act. Everyone else wants to aspire to do the same. There are several virtues of knighthood. I can't list them all. But I do know that courtesy is one of my most valued. And courtesy speaks to each of the virtues. There's courtesy in your palace. There's courtesy in your honor. There's courtesy in your humility. Caius, I am so proud of you. And I'm so sorry that you, as my champion, cannot take the field next year in the Roses battle. But this is a pretty good reason not to. Your Majesty, Caius is my peer. Thank you so much for recognizing me as such today.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty, I'm Master Llewellyn Walsh of the Order of Defense, and I claim that right. May I address the populace? Those of the Order of Defense are tasked to speak of perseverance. To those who do not know, perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay. Caius is a gentle who absolutely has his work here. For one thing, he's not always been in the East Kingdom. In the time he's been in society, he's lived in multiple kingdoms and has managed to stay involved in all of them. Real life has caused these changes, but they've not hurt his love of the society and fighting, so he kept working, always fighting, always teaching. He's also persevered through illness and injury. Fighting is not without its risks, and illness can take us all. To most, they would take time off, but not Caius. He still attends practices and coaches other fighters, even if he shouldn't pick up a sword or polearm himself. Even if he can't fight, training the next generation of fighters is very important. He perseveres through adversity to continue to make sure the fighting community keeps advancing, even if he can't be in the list himself. Your Majesty, Caius embodies this virtue and is absolutely my peer. This is a good thing to do.
Is there a member of the populace that would speak for this candidate?
I will. Okay, I'm going to try not to cry. I'm Nisa Karazari, one of the heads of Buffalo and Torita. And yes, a lot has already been said that I would have said that I agree to. But when I think of your creations, Caius, I think of how they bring us together in community. You give generously of your time and your skills to the populace, to the society, and the temple started as a project to replace a camp tent and spun wildly out of control and became the temple that you all see and that we all get to take part in. And thank you so much for all you have given to our society, and also for the times when you're not able to make it to Penzig. You leave really detailed instructions so that we can all put it together. And we just need to find extra tall people to help put up the temple roof. So I appreciate you. Congratulations. You are pure in my eyes.
Is there a member of the Order of the Chivalry that would speak for this candidate?
I, Cassius Pontianus, claim that right, unless there's one here who thinks they know this man better than I. things that my peers have already spoken to, that it's hard to isolate aspects of this man's being. And as my task is to talk about his martial prowess, I cannot speak of that without addressing his art and his service. Anyone who's faced him knows him as a formidable adversary, fast, strong, and precise. He surveys the field of battle like an artist observing a landscape, seeing with deep clarity, knowing where his hand is needed, and moving quickly to action. He stands in a position on the field similar to that when he drums, in the back, commanding troops or troop. He's not someone who seeks the spotlight. He's there to serve, to do what must be done. The only reason that I'm able to stand here as a member of this order today is because of his hand. It was Caius who brought me back to the society, who equipped me, who trained me, who made me the knight that I am today. As he has for most of the fighters in our Eastern contingent, those who will serve as your Royal Guard this summer. He has had a massive impact with an unseen hand on the Eastern Army. He has called our drummers to call the Eastern armies to war. And we do this simply because of him and his call to action. This unseen hand is no more. We see you. We recognize what you have done for us, what you've given us. And you have always been my peer in every way, and it is a good thing you do this day. Thank you.
So with these last words of advice, I ask you again, what is your answer?
Her Majesty would have before her the companions of the Order of the Chivalry.
Right up here. There we go. No. You see, this is wonderful. Please. Is there a ball drink?
There is.
Yeah!
This was given to Sir Ajax from Master Farrell, passed to me, and now to Caius.
Yay, Baldur!
Are there spurs for this candidate?
There are, Your Majesty. These spurs were made by my hand as a gift for him, as appropriate for one who is such a servant of Hermes, so his spurs shall be made.
Stand up. Once, W twice, W thrice, a master of chivalry. May this be the last unanswered blow you receive.
Having been granted his freedom, the gladiator Caius has continued to compete in the arena.
Caius, I need your attention for one more second.
Now, as he transitions to train those of his Buddhist and modern converts, we elevate him to the rank of civil rights. Crixus, Aiden, Ionis, and Jasmine.
Is you guys over there? Oh. Congratulations. Please, for your
For Master Caius, who is companion of the Order of the Chivalry.